What's going on, jigging junkies? This is what it would look like if I was about to do some sunny fishing in Florida. But I'm not, and I assure you, there's no sun. Instead, this is me dragging out a huge sled full of ice fishing gear to the middle of a lake to cross this ridge in hopes of winning the battle on the Bago. That's right, we are in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, folks. This place is a true angler's paradise. Between drifting your trucks out on the ice, finding buckets of fish next to ice-cold beer, and even fishing vending machines, they basically got it all. However, what flew me out to Wisconsin was actually, one, seeing my good old buddy Priel and Hayden, and entering in this competition. As you see, one of the many prizes listed for this tournament is indeed $50,000, which anyone has a chance to win. Well, so long as you catch a fish, that is. Using the map provided by the Battle on the Bago webpage, I'm going to go over all the rules and how the tournament actually works. The red arrow here is where we're located in Oshkosh, and as you can see on this map, anything marked in yellow is legal fishing territory. So besides Winnebago, you can actually fish Lake Winnebago, Lake Poygan, and Lake Butte des Morts all together. Restricted areas, however, are any of the spots in red, meaning all the connecting and combining rivers. You cannot fish those. $40 a fish, these species can be entered for a chance to win. Yellow perch with a minnow of 8 inches, bluegill with also a minnow of 8 inches, black crappie, minnow of 8 inches, white bass, minnow of 8 inches, and last but not least is the walleye, which must be between 14 and 18 inches. Entering any of these fish between 6 a.m. on Friday and 2 p.m. on Saturday gives you a chance to win. So I got on a plane to Chicago. I have landed in Chicago for the first part of our ice fishing adventure.
¿Cómo estás?
This is Priel.
¿Cómo
we are going
estás?
to be out on the water, hopefully getting some big ones. This is the first stop, and we are now driving to Wisconsin. We originally had this nice PowerVision PowerRay drone we were going to try and use, but it did not work. So now, me and Priel are going to meet up with Hayden to do this ice fishing tournament on Lake Winnebago. And we are going to have to go and grab all of the new exciting gear to see if we can make something happen with this and try and get some big old perch and walleye. First pit stop on the road trip down, we've arrived at Bass Pro Shops. Weather conditions are pretty horrible outside, but we have arrived. Gonna go in, try and find some tip-ups and whatnot, and get ready to prep. Upon walking in, I got lost in jigs and didn't realize I gave Priel my phone.
In the wild, you find a natural cow looking for his banana, and amongst giant waves of fish stuff. Look at how he looks around his area, trying to produce a perfect bait for his female offspring. He's on the hunt. If we get too close, he may be able to see us, and we'll be eaten. I think he spots something. I think he's finally found what he was looking for. Natural predators have no name when it comes to these things in the wild. I think he's found someone. A prosperous mate, or maybe a bait. Look at them go.
The big one nowadays?
Endangered only in the nature, but found only in Bass Pro Shop. These wild animals are majestic, yet only single-minded.
After recovering my phone, I found some glow jig heads and decided to check out the fish tank. So they have a whole bunch of cool fish, like the gar, some nice crappie, largemouth of course, but something definitely a little bit different compared to the Bass Pro Shops I'm used to is they got full-on sturgeon.
I want to touch him, but he won't let me.
You can't touch him, Priel.
That's not what the sign says. It says right
Wow.
here, touch in water. Look, it says hands in the water.
Oh, yeah, pretty cool.
I like the waterfall.
So starting off on our great venture, we've arrived in the home we'll be staying at, which is Hayden's house. And Priel wants to get accommodated to his roommate, so he is rubbing catnip on himself. Supposedly, he thinks this scent will bring in the fish, but I have other feelings about it. We get out on the water. We are all bundled up. Team Pre's ready to go. We got some jigs and whatnot.
It's just reaction at this point.
A little bit of red flare in there. Mimic those bloodworms at the bottom of the lake. Some glow with the tubes. And a half and half perch and grub just for the hell of it. Gotta bring home some food for the kitty. Pulled up to the start of the lake, and oh my god, is it absolutely mobbed out there. So all those heads are going for the elusive lake sturgeon out there, trying to get some nice old caviar. Day 5 of the sturgeon season.
Yeah, day 5.
Man, there's just so many cars.
Really what they're doing out there is they have a dark hole and a big giant shack that they build around it. And they're standing in there with like a big, like 10-foot long spear with tines about this long. And they have attractants. They're just hoping to see a sturgeon in spirit. And if you do, it's awesome because you might get a female and you might get like 10 pounds of caviar. So it's worth the time investment if you do it right. But yeah, here we are.
There's like 20,000 people out on this lake. There's just huts, cars, tents, shacks. It's like Astro World. Oh my goodness, stampede. We have no fish finder. We have a handheld yager, and we're gonna go out there, drill the hole, and I'm gonna get lucky. That's the game plan. So I'm no stranger to being on the ice, but driving out on a car for the first time ever is a whole different world of sketchy. I mean, like, usually you hear a crack or two and you know the ice is just freezing up, but it just makes a different sort of noise. The window's down, nice little crack, and no music and no seatbelts. We're listening very carefully, just in case, you hear any loud thuds, you gotta get ready to dive out the car.
Absolutely. Ice safety. But take a look right out there. Everybody's got their Ford F-150s, big trucks. There's so much more weight out there than our little
Tens
Honda.
full on like huts.
It's a Winnebago tradition out here that people go out and drive on the ice every winter.
Yep.
Sometimes if the ice is really good, there'll be a trucking route that goes all the way across.
And not to mention, why are all these people here today?
It's the sturgeon spearing season, man.
Along with the tournament coming up this weekend,
Yeah,
where you can win up to, what, $50,000?
You can win $50,000 or a Ford F-150. And it's going to get a lot of people. About 20,000 people come in from all over the world for this. It's the largest ice fishing tournament in the whole world. It's called the Battle on the Bago, and we're going to win it this year. At least I hope.
Little jigging magic.
Yeah.
Boom.
To here.
So yeah, pretty deep.
Deep. 2 feet. Good ice.
Up ahead right there, we have this pressure ridge. All right, so we can't drive past that point, but right out past there is the 12 to 14 foot range.
Short where you were sitting down and you were all standing around one spot and the thing cracked. Crazy. Look at the fucking cars.
I know. Endless cars.
That's the difference between Wisconsin and Massachusetts.
Yep. We need to get out past that. We have just now got officially set up. I am in the little tent. Got the Eskimo rolling. So we got the jigging hole ready to rumble. A few different rods rigged up and ready to go. When I caught walleye over the summer here, I was having pretty good luck with the white little curly tail grubs. They always do the job for those. The water's looking pretty murky, I would say. It's got like a bit of a, it's clean, but it's got that bit of brown to it. You can see for sure. So we'll get some jigs down there and see if we can get into some fish. Also got this nice little red glow Castmaster. I used the red and the white because the contrast. Perch really seem to like the red fluorescent colors, mimicking the bloodworms you see on the bottom of the lake. So drop that down and see what we can do. So we set up a live feed camera so you can kind of see there. That's what the bottom looks like down there. It's pretty misty. A lot of little like flakes and stuff going around, but I'm not seeing anything crazy on the cam. Let's see, pretty empty down there, unfortunately. So you can see my jig actually right on the screen come up. I saw one perch a second ago down there, so at least there's some fish. But we're going to try and work with that and hope that we get them to come get a bite. The most interesting thing I see on the camera, you see it right there, It looks like there's like a dead fish like stuck like in the muck. I can't quite make out what it is, but he's just staying there. So day one, we stayed like 15 feet and didn't really catch anything. I saw 2 perch on the camera this morning, but it was just absolutely freezing out there. So there's like high winds. We're gonna try some much shallower water tomorrow, and hopefully that makes a difference. Meantime, Priel was clutch in bringing all the supplies he needed today, such as some various food, water, and shovels and stuff. And he kept the kitty entertained in the meantime.
I mean, you don't want to be a dick. He's my roommate.
For tomorrow, we got a few slips for the entries. Each of these is a $40 ticket. Essentially, these show you the ticket to enter and qualify for one of the fish for the tournament. And so we got 4-3 vouchers. So if we can actually go out and catch some perch or something nice tomorrow, that'll be good. I went around and I talked to locals for a while, and they said they were seeing schools of like the white perch out more in the middle of the water column, and the other perch should be in shallower. They were mostly going for the sturgeon, but didn't have much luck. So get back out tomorrow early and hope we can do this. Morning, jigging junkies. Me and Hayden are off to it. First day of the tournament. We are out here and it is already looking mobbed. There are trucks and everyone already driving out, launching onto the lake. The parking lot is absolutely run full of cars.
You know the crazy part is, this isn't the parking lot. This is actually the lake. Everybody decided just to park their truck out on the lake. Pretty nuts today.
Yeah, that is crazy that this is the lake.
Everybody's going on ATVs, snowmobiles.
Yeah,
We got the
full on huts.
Reels vehicle.
That'd be a good idea. Have the camper like that and drill holes in like the bottom of the camper so you just jig through the camper.
It's true. These cost like 50 grand though.
Yeah, a little excessive. I think our little tent will do fine with all of our pushmallows here that Pril's got.
You see this guy up here? The Otter Street fishing club vehicle?
Yes.
So in Oshkosh, we have all these fishing clubs that are around the major boat landings. And Otter Street has taken care of maintaining all the bridges over the ice heaves. So if you look forward, there's that little orange bridge ahead. It traverses an ice heave where it'd be normally a little bit thinner.
Yep. Allows you to drive over all the thick, rough cracks up ahead. Sunk. Oh, that's rough. That's wild. That's a great way to start off the day. They'll pull you out of the water.
Anyway, so you gotta maintain ice safety out here.
We're off to a slow start so far out here. We've got a few tip-ups set up. Over this way, I was jigging in that hole, didn't have much luck. We got a tip-up set up over there. We got another tip-up set up over there. We're gonna go check on Hayden on the other side of the car. And I think he's got the technique down. Little window fishing action.
Who needs a pop-up tent?
Heated car. Hole full of fishies. All right, first tip up. Do we have anything on is the question.
I doubt it.
Damn.
We still got a minnow though.
Oh.
Must have been a fluke. Back down she goes.
You get adrenaline as your knees crack every step.
I think that's just you, Pat.
Yeah, maybe.